Yeah, hi. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, it is time to give my thoughts, or it's just basically to talk about the whole media, whatever the hell they're calling it. It is time for your WrestleMania 40 kickoff or press conference, whatever the hell they call it. Review, thoughts, reaction, all so forth, Apparently this was a little show they did on YouTube. I'm just thinking to myself, why aren't they doing shit like this on Raw and SmackDown? You know what I mean? It's like it makes you think, why aren't they doing this on Raw and SmackDown? Because, first of all, I will say this. That was fucking awesome. I'll be honest with you, that was awesome. The way they did it was good. Honestly, I'm not saying the entirety was like, oh my god, so great to see all this different wrestling, like Yaka, like I don't care about that, but I gotta tell you, man, the way they did Rock, Roman, Cody, Rollins interacting together, that was amazing. That and the crazy thing is, again, is written by Brian Gewirtz. I got a video that I plan to do that Brian Gewirtz, he's back for being creative writer for The Rock specifically. But my God, we need Brian Gewirtz back on WWE Creative. Brian Gewirtz, for those who don't know, wrote in the late Attitude Era and especially during the Ruthless Aggression era for WWE. And boy, did I'm telling you, like, aside from Vince Russo, Brian Gewirtz was a great television writer for WWE. And we need him back. We really need him back. And this is an example that this is fucking good television. But again, my main criticism is, what the fuck? Why isn't this type of shit on TV? Why couldn't we get this type of stuff going on Raw and SmackDown? Because the way they fucking built, the way they did that was... You want to talk about cinema? You want to talk about fucking being epic? Why aren't they doing shit like this on Raw and SmackDown? You would get good ratings for this shit. You would get people actually watch your fucking shows, and people would care. And you know what? You would need to go on Netflix to fucking get get people to subscribe for stupid Netflix. You would be the USA Network or even TNT. All these fucking stupid fucking networks would literally demand Raw more than ever, and they'll give you more than money that they want. Okay? They'll probably give more money than fucking goddamn Netflix. And that's why I still don't like the idea of Raw moving to Netflix. I really don't. You would literally, like, SmackDown would still be on Fox. You know what I mean? So what are you doing? Well, whatever. Anyways. So this media press conference, kickoff, whatever the hell they call it. I don't know why. They don't need to do that. I know they've done this. They've done stuff like this basically every freaking year. They really do. I don't know if they're doing another one, but all I know is that they have done press conferences before, but like it's like they're doing it earlier now. Like they've done press conferences like literally I think a few days before WrestleMania. Like I remember when I keep in mind the first WrestleMania that I actually brought, even though like I've been watching already for how many years? Like since I was born, my family didn't really like buy like pay-per-views at the time. You always rely on Raw and SmackDowns. I remember back when when I first brought like WrestleMania DVDs and shit like that. You would see like when you watch WrestleMania press conferences would happen a few days prior to to WrestleMania. They decided to do, I guess, a few months early because to get people excited and whatever, and plus The Rock involved, so. Whatever. But my God, why couldn't they do what they did on this show on a Raw and SmackDown? People would care. You know what I mean? But whatever. What can you do? So we saw fucking Pat McAfee, CM Punk, Big E, and Michael Cole, the coal mine, whatever. They were talking about how who they think Cody's gonna pick, or who's the Rock. Will Roman versus The Rock happen? They talk about they say Rock and Roman is the biggest match to do. So they were talking about that. You did get the fucking fans there. It was like a lot of fans. Apparently, it was free to go there. By the way, You had fans that were there in attendance, and it's like, wow, they were able to sell out, but they didn't even like fucking sell anything. They had so many fans that were there. Apparently, that was free. I'm not sure how exact that was, but like just to go there, what does that tell you when you guys have The Rock and you're doing big press conference like this? You know, imagine like the ticket sales if you were to put money on this. It will already be profitable. Imagine that you did this on a Raw and SmackDown. Imagine that. Your fucking shows would be sold out no matter what. And this was like what? 10,000 people? I'm not sure. And like and imagine you fucking, this is like an arena they'll sell out for a pay-per-view. Imagine doing stuff like that, like a Raw or SmackDown like this. You guaranteed would get pay-per-view like fucking ticket sale buys, you know? Because, like, again, The Rock being there announced, freaking CM Punk's going to be impressed, all this type of shit, man. The way they did it was like, wow, I'm intrigued to watch what happens next. Maybe we are guilty of being too, like, because, again, it's the YWC type of shit, like, oh, we're jumping to conclusions, maybe, yeah, we should let it play and watch. But, like, again, I just don't like that fucking, there are Cody crybabies, and it's funny how they mention it. So again, when I was uploading that video yesterday, it was recorded a few days prior, but I didn't intend for it to have the title Cody Crybabies. But that's what literally these marks are. They are Cody Crybabies. Unfortunately, you did see the fans that they fucking booed The Rock, unfortunately. Well, he kind of got the Cena polarizing fucking cheers and boo. He basically got the Roman Reigns effect. He got like what happened with Cena, what happened to Roman, them being babyfaces but get booed because getting the fucking smarts don't like. Again, this is the fucking problem with fucking. My worry is that if Stone Cold was to do the same shit, Stone Cold would get booed, unfortunately, which is fucking pathetic. What is it because The Rock is a Hollywood star? I don't fucking get it. Maybe he is dealing with some issues like, oh, get it, Rock joined Joe Biden and shit like that, and not just that, him and the Oprah controversy and shit like that. Whatever. But at the end of the day, like, The Rock is still fucking the best, man. He like, is he guilty of some shit? Sure, but like, okay. Oh, he has an ego. Guess what, motherfuckers? You don't think Triple H has an ego? A lot of wrestlers have an ego. That's how you make fucking money. You kind of have to have an ego, and that doesn't work for me, brother, to make the business work. That's the problem. I mean, that's part of the internet's fault, you know? Maybe that's why it's a problem nowadays with the internet. You're going to have all these people jumping to conclusions and arguing shit like that. That's why you're going to get guys like The Rock getting booed. Let's say if it was happening a few years ago when the internet is not a big thing like it was back in 2003 or whatever, you wouldn't really have the fans fucking going hating The Rock. Sure, again, fans hated Rock because he went to Hollywood and became Hollywood Rock. But it worked for the character, and I gotta tell you, man, as much as I like The Rock, again, The Rock could be the best babyface and the best heel. He's one of those people that can work with both. And boy, did he prove that he could be a great fucking heel. Because I can't believe what they did on this show. And you know what? I'm actually kind of okay with it. Obviously, Rock and Roman is a big match to do. And it's fucking something these marks have to be fucking bunch of crybaby bitches that they'll disagree, saying, boo, oh, we want Cody, we don't want this. Man, this is not the big, like, so you're gonna tell me that Cody versus Roman is bigger than Rock and Roman? I don't know what to tell you. These fucking man children sadly forced The Rock to be a little heelish on this thing. But I'm okay with it, I guess. We're gonna get to it, but maybe this will lead to now, you know, maybe next year, you know. Yeah, I'm kind of spoiling of pacing what I'm trying to say, but I guess it doesn't matter. But anyways, so to show, you know, Punk, Cole, Big E, Pat McAfee, respectively, what's going to happen, but they all agreed that Rock and Roman is the biggest match to do, but they also understand that Cody needs to finish the story, and how he's, you know, why would he, you know, he's getting angry, like, you know, Cody would be dissatisfied with the idea of his story being taken away, whatever, right? We then see Triple H coming out. Triple H was announced to come out. He talks about how it's 40 years of WrestleMania. It started with Hogan, Roddy Piper, Mr. T, Paul Orndorff. I should have said Mr. T and Hulk Hogan versus Roddy Piper and Paul Orndorff, Mr. Wonderful. That was the match that started the show. Pop culture. He mentioned how it began pop culture success with all the people like Muhammad Ali, who's in the wrestling game now. Like, really? Whatever. All the other people, like, oh, I'm not gonna pretend like, okay, Cyndi Lauper, I'm not gonna pretend like Da Vinci, I don't fucking remember the other people's name, but, you know, basically the big thing in pop culture at that time to indeed go the global phenomenon we know it. And then he mentioned how that's why WWE's on Netflix now and blah blah blah, because it's so big. Even though, like, if you're that big, why do you have to rely on a streaming site? People would actually watch your fucking shows, get whatever. But they're the only reason why they're smart to make money, because again, because how they do with the YouTube shit, how they were able to stuff like this that was on YouTube. Well, again, this was on YouTube. Fucking the press conference, and I think on Peacock as well. That's why they're able to get fucking so, you know, again, business sense, money, right? They're also fucking advertising based on the brand. They're basing fucking what their success on guys like The Rock. And if you guys think it's gonna be Cody, it's bullshit. But whatever. Talk about that and says that, you know, oh, we're just getting started with WrestleMania, blah blah blah. And he also name dropped all the fucking legends, you know, going from Hulk Hogan, the Andre Giant, Stone Cold. The Rock got booed when name dropped. Like, really, you're gonna boo the fucking Rock? These fucking nerds. Like, come on, give me a fucking break. Like, imagine if Rock, like, Stone Cold was to come back. You know, even The Undertaker. You know the sad thing is, if The Undertaker comes back too, they would get booed because of fucking Cody. Like, give me a fucking break. And that's also the problem. Like, they sadly did cave in on this show. They fucking, like, literally, but it's just not their time because of the what story? They haven't had Cody and Roman feud the entire year. Like, come on here. But whatever, man. Whatever. It's just, I'm kind of satisfied how they kind of did it in a sense. They made things a bit better anyways. But, so, yeah, that's what happened. Yeah, stuff like that happened. They, you know. Then, Bianca Belair comes in, yeah, big sexy black bitch, I got my big weave and shit, I'm gonna shock you, show your ass, I've been champion, you know, dream to come true, bitch, you know, I started as a champion, bitch, and I was a dream come true, and I'm gonna fucking go into WrestleMania, whether tired or not, I'm gonna be on the ASD, bitch, you know, what, yeah, you can do it, girl, I'm a sassy black bitch, I'm gonna do my weave and wipe everybody's asses. That's basically her fucking promo. That she's not the champion, but she'll be at Mania Beach. Go watch my fucking stupid reality show with my husband who get pegged with my weave. I don't care. That Rhea Ripley comes out, all the fucking sports like, mommy. Y'all fucking weird, fucking sexual perverted motherfuckers. Seriously, like they're chanting mommy because they like being like, oh, mommy, be on top of me. It's the man's job to be the fucking, take dominance. Y'all actually want to be dominated by Rhea Ripley, who looks like a man? I'm not saying she's sure, bronze, whatever. The thing is, she used to look so feminine. At least she's growing her hair out, but come on. Y'all literally imagine her being manly and being dominating y'all? Like, what's wrong with y'all weird fucks? And y'all using mommy. No wonder you guys can't get fucking, no wonder men can't fucking get chicks nowadays. Because of fucking y'all fucking simpy fucking behavior. Seriously. Oh, mommy, yeah. Y'all with your mommy issues. Oh my god, what's wrong with y'all? But then, like, oh, mommy's always on top. I'm gonna Australia with my hometown and defend the title, and I'm gonna be walk a WrestleMania, be dominant, walk out a champion style. And then Becky was like, no matter coming out to the Vegas, like, oh, I've been in all the blinds with gold, and I'm gonna make sure you be on bottom this time, and I'm gonna play with the champion. I don't fucking care. Get it? They're all fucking European wrestling bitches, and they're gonna face each other Mania because that's what they're teasing. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. I know I said the entire show was cool, but sadly the women should kind of, well, but hey, at least like the main attraction saved it, right? So we're gonna talk about that now because that's what happened next. Then we see Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins comes, I'm the visionary, I'm the visionary, I am. He said that shit. He says, Cody Rhodes, we waited too long to make this decision who's going to face WrestleMania after the Royal Rumble. We have the Royal Rumble where come out to make his final decision. And then instead Roman Reigns comes out, he says, Las Vegas, acknowledge me. I'm the man, the tribal chief, I'm going to decide because, Cody's a little hesitant, but I'm the man, I'm the tribal chief, man. I'm going to choose who I want to face. I choose The Rock. And then, Rock's music hits and sadly some boos. But he still had Rock supporters, which it restored my faith in humanity. There is still normal people who are not Cody crybabies. And you know what? And The Rock said on his ESPN, not ESPN, fucking the Pat McAfee show. Is he not wrong what he said? My God, fucking these people are fucking legit crybaby bitches. Seriously, and they're ruining fucking shows, these fucking smarks. But anyways, Rock came out. He added to the fun. Yeah, so he saw. He talked about how Then he eventually talked about the bloodline lineage, what did he say? He basically went. So yeah, there was a lot of fucking boos. Unfortunately, he showed a family graphic of the family. How this tribal chief started with their grandfathers, but they're now the head of the table, and then follow that we got boos and negatives of do you want to see the biggest WrestleMania match of all time, and do you believe Rock and Roman versus the biggest match of all time? And sadly, fans boo damn well that if fucking this whole internet shit or this smarky shit didn't exist, if fucking WWE never catered to the smarks, the show would be better. And I do think that now, because they're kind of sadly caving to the smarks now, and what they did, they sadly are giving the smarks more of what they wanted, and that's lead to a chance that now, great, we're not gonna have a lot of people really watch this show as they could have, and not just that, all the nerds, they could probably just go watch AEW and stay there. If they really want, but again, they're gonna still watch WWE regardless, unfortunately. But yeah, fucking Rock sadly get booed after fucking, even though there are some cheers or whatever, there still fucking supports Rock. There was fans we want Cody, but then people said Cody sucks, or no, we don't. There was Rocky sucks, but we want Rocky. It was kind of chaotic, but it was something. And then Rock says, I love the passion, love the passion. Rock then turned to a more heel-like persona and says, it doesn't matter what you think, because we're getting Rock versus Roman at WrestleMania. Then Rock and Roman, they did a Mega Power style handshake. And it's what? Aren't they supposed to have some dissension with each other? But then you see them, and they kind of have a little respect for each other. It's wow. It's you know what? That's something. So with this, it's how it didn't kind of make any sense now for them to face each other unless it's get it? They're gonna run the show together, but then you kind of realize, you know what? Since they're sadly gonna cave in, because eventually it may all make sense I should, but that was wow. They're cool with each other, even though isn't The Rock a babyface and type of shit? And isn't he supposed to be not satisfied with what Roman has done as a heel? But then we see Cody coming out. Cody spoke basically comes out and says what he said hold on a second, no music, whatever. Talk about how we talk about how there's one big wrestling family, but then lineage. But if your grandfathers were here, they would not be happy of you, whatever. And he basically mentioned, Cody did mention that, let's talk about who I'm gonna choose and whatever. I already decided who I'm going to choose. Last year I had you and whatever. Why you picked Rock, was because you're scared sometime. I don't know if he mentioned that necessarily, but all I know is that he mentioned last year, and he then says I finally made this decision, and it's you, Roman. So we're officially getting Roman and Cody at WrestleMania since Cody made his decision. Again, I thought like they might do different type of shit. Again, maybe they sadly did cave into the Smarts reaction. We're actually officially gonna get Reigns versus Cody Mania, which was like maybe they might do like 2 different nights where Rock and Roman and Roman versus Cody, or they might even do like this whole because of this what they did on this show. It led to a bunch of possibilities, which I would get to that they could do. Honestly, in the end of the day, I want to see the titles unified again. I don't think there should be a World Heavyweight Championship, especially with Rollins is hurt, and like they're clearly gonna maybe give Cody the title. You might as well fucking have one World Champ where he's gonna be a full timer anyway. So it's like whatever, give it to fucking Cody. You know, I don't fucking care. You know what they could do. Even I don't care for Cody Rhodes, but Cody talks about how his family treat if there's and like he said like if your grandfathers were here, you would be ashamed. Presumably referring to Reigns, and he stares down to Reigns. And then Reigns says, why are you challenging me? You don't challenge the second league title, the loser league's title, whatever. And then it's like, you should be ashamed, Cody. No, Cody. No, she's ashamed, Roman, said Cody. But then Rock comes forward and talks to Cody, says that, you're talking about my family. Now you made it personal. You talk about his family, which is my family. His lineage is my lineage. His blood is my blood. So you talk about my family, and now it's personal. Now we have a problem. And then we see Rock slapping Cody, which was fucking cool. And we had Rollins get involved. Triple H was there. All that general managers, they get all separated. And it was like, wow, they all get separated. It was kind of cool, It's like, wow, this was fucking great. This was fucking great. And it's like, wow, it's something you never expected. Also, sadly, you kind of some people were saying that this was all planned by WWE. I don't think this was planned, people. Unfortunately, I like to believe that, but unfortunately, they kind of cave into the Smarts, but they are going to do Cody and Roman no matter what. But again, the worry is, are they going to do Rock and Roman still, or are they going to do Rock and Roman next year? Honestly, based on how they did this show, it would be wrong to do Rock and Roman this year now, based on what they did with Rock and Roman. And maybe, honestly, and I'm okay with now what people are saying, maybe you would do it next year at WrestleMania. I'm okay now with the idea that you can do Rock and Roman next year at WrestleMania. You could build it off what happened on this show, since they kind of showed that Rock and Roman have a little alliance. This is something a little different than we expected. Now that The Rock seemed to have more free time since he's a board of directors, maybe this would lead to a chance. Now, Rock will be on the show more often. Who knows? Maybe The Rock, hopefully, will wrestle more often. Hopefully, he'll be at WrestleMania wrestling no matter what. And, this is why I was okay with the idea. If you were to do Rock and Roman at WrestleMania, Rock wins the championship from Roman, and he'll be on the pay-per-views if they would. He could be on the pay-per-views. Doesn't he be on every Raw and SmackDown? Maybe have it on the pay-per-views. He could face Cody on one of the shows. He could face fucking some wrestlers like Orton, shit like that. It's cool. Wow, Rock will be on the show. Because it seems like, because he was on this after all. But that interaction with Rock and Roman, and Rock becoming a heel, I'm all for it right now. It's honestly very cool. It's very cool. Rock becoming heelish Rock. Oh yeah, he also talks about for the millions of the world, I present you to Cody Crybabies. He said that on the press conference that I forgot to mention when he came out. Talking about, do you think that The Rock and Roman is going to be the biggest match? And obviously it would be, but the Smarts are fucking, they don't care. They're going to boo no matter what, but whatever. Then we see backstage, we see fucking Punk talking or whatever, and Punk's like, Rock for the background, he's seeing fucking Rock, he's seeing fucking Punk, talking about, this is a wrestling show. I think Cody should get punched The Rock again. And it's like, you know what? Imagine heel Rock versus CM Punk in the future. If Punk was not injured, I would not have mind they were to do Punk and Rock at WrestleMania, in all honesty. I would not have mind that. You know? But again, there's so much possibilities now you could do with The Rock. And at least now, and I think this is the main problem, because people are like, oh, why would Rock wrestle on the show if he's not going to face Roman? If you were now to do, if The Rock's going to be involved now, I don't mind The Rock, who should be wrestling at WrestleMania. And maybe try to be on each show so you can, you know? Maybe have a one last run. Why not? It would be fucking cool. Have this be his, like, last run of his greatest hits. And not just that, do some fucking cool shit to make the show watchable, right? And that can start with him being part of the bloodline. I'm all for it. I'm all for it. It looks like The Rock turned heel on this show. And he's aligning with Roman. And it honestly was pretty cool. It is kind of funny seeing Roman's kind of being like a right-hand man kind of right now. So that's kind of funny. So maybe that could build up to some shit, you know? Where Rock is, like, he's now bonded to Roman with the bloodline. They won't have that match, unfortunately, anymore. Which I still think, fuck it. It'll be funny if Roman wins the title back from Cody after he finishes his stupid story, because that looks like what they could do. And then they could do next year Rock and Roman for the title again. I mean, I would love that. I would love that, honestly. But this is some cool shit, man. Rock turning heel, sounding a bit heelish, and aligning with Roman. A little bit of unpredictable shit happened on that. That was kind of cool. I'm not gonna lie. And they did a backstage segment too, where like Triple H, he's getting interviewed a little bit. He gets interviewed, but then Roman backstage, they walk past with Heyman, to Triple H. They asked, what kind of shit is that? Rock said, what kind of shit is that? He's like uncensored. And it's like, you better fix it, or I will, or whatever. And it was like, Triple H just said, like, you're lucky I'm retired or something. So, we had a little bit of a tension with Triple H and The Rock, which is like, wouldn't that have been cool to see them face each other one more time before Triple H retired, or have to officially retire? We were supposed to get that match, I believe, back in 32, which is why I still, to this day, I look back on WrestleMania 32, it should have been Rock and Triple H for the WWE title instead of Roman. Roman should have faced maybe like Dean Ambrose or something. You know what I mean? Like, I would have loved that, you know? I would have loved to fucking see Triple H Rock one more time. That should have been the main event we get. You know? Rock, after all, was wrestling on the show. I don't know, it should have been something. Or who knows, maybe on that show it should have been Roman versus Cena. You know? Like, that could have been that time, Roman versus Cena, fucking the biggest stars of that generation. That should have been the fucking match, too. You know what I mean? I don't know. They dropped the ball around that time. WrestleMania 32 was pretty boring anyway, so like, that could have been something. Plus, isn't that sad? Around that time, a bunch of injuries were going on, too. And unfortunately, we are living in times where a bunch of injuries and a bunch of scandals going on, but it's kind of ruining the perception of WrestleMania. What they did on this show, they clearly put away what the old issue with fucking Punk getting injured, the Lesnar shit, and McMahon drama. They did fucking turn our fucking eyes away from that to care about this, which is like, hey, this is kind of genius. And that's kind of why they brought The Rock anyways, honestly. Even though the plan was supposedly Rock and Roman the entire time. But, well, it was not sure. Who knows? It was not absolutely sure. It looks like they brought The Rock solely for this, too. You know? And since there's, like, talk about Rock being a long gamer, maybe that's what it is. Maybe this is what they're, like, you never know. Maybe this is actually the plan. Supposedly, again, the We Want Cody thing, they turned that to a thing. Even though it may have not been 100% planned, but they clearly fucking used it to their advantage to make it a plan. So, in all honesty, I'm not gonna lie. Seeing Rock and Roman have a little alliance, especially could it be maybe this could help the Bloodline story to advance even more, to be bigger than it was. Because unfortunately, the Bloodline storyline did get stale, folks. Now with The Rock involved, I'm sold. I'm fucking sold. Maybe this could lead to now WWE not only being big, because now with The Rock involved, you're getting people to watch again a little bit. They got a lot of views for this on YouTube. And it just makes you think, why didn't they do this on Raw and SmackDown? Imagine if they did shit on Raw and SmackDown, people would guarantee to watch it. You'd get bigger ratings. But what they did, And apparently this was written by Brian Gewirtz. Brian Gewirtz needs to be on creative ASAP. He needs to be on creative ASAP. That was fucking great. And it just makes you wish, why the fuck aren't they doing this on TV? Why the fuck aren't they doing that? But that was fucking great. And that backstage interaction with Triple H and Rock, fixed it or whatever, or else, a little tension, that's cool. So we're kind of getting a little bit of corporate rock in a sense, you know what I mean? It's not just Hollywood rock, it's corporate Hollywood rock, motherfuckers. It's bloodline rock, and I love it. I do love it. So anyways, I really, you know what? What they did, honestly, even though I'm still kind of sad, like, wow, they're gonna officially do Rock and Cody, The Cody fans got their fucking wish, unfortunately. So they kind of ruined wrestling again, but in the end of the day, there's still eyes to The Rock. Or there's still eyes to, like, the story of eventually, and hopefully, we will get this match, but they're going to advance the story even more. They're going to build it up. So, honestly, having that the Ascension building story with Rock and Roman kind of works now. Have Rock be part of Bloodline, and, do whatever, And eventually, if Roman was to lose at Cody, which is sad. That's also the thing, folks. People think it's predictable seeing Rock and fucking Roman. You don't think Cody versus Roman's predictable? At least with Roman and Rock, since Rock is going to be more involved with WWE and TKO, maybe The Rock had a better chance of winning than him losing. You never know. And plus, that'll be a bigger match to do. But sadly, the fans fucking ruined the show. Which is why, you know what? Fuck it. Do what the fuck you have to do now. And then, we will get, hopefully, Rock and Roman next year WrestleMania. I hope fucking some way it's for the title. I hope. Maybe next year Rock wins the Royal Rumble then. I don't know. If some dissension shit. Maybe this could also lead to, like, The Rock will be on the show more often. You might even see some pay-per-view matches with The Rock towards next year's WrestleMania. I'm already thinking War Games with fucking Team Rock and Team Roman. But they have to eventually do something where they descend from each other. And eventually they have a title match next year WrestleMania. Or just whatever the fuck they do next year. It has to be Rock and Roman next year now. Fuck it. Give the Cody fans what they want. Even though this is going to sadly lead to some casual viewers. And it's not going to be as big as what they could have done this year. Of bringing fans. Again, this is the 40th year of WrestleMania. It's not going to be more important than WrestleMania 41. You feel me, folks? People care about 40 than 41. When you ask somebody what the numbers, like what matters, 1, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, you go by the 5. It's all about the 5, just like Booker T. You know what I mean? It's all about the 5. I love Booker T and TNA with that shit, man. The African accent. You see, back by my country, when a man is a chicken, he's a chicken. Oh, I love Booker T. I love Main Event Mafia. This could be Main Event Mafia type of shit, who knows? But honestly, I'm satisfied how they did it. And this lead a bunch of possibilities. Oh yeah, Rollins got involved, right? So what they could do now, WrestleMania, is Cody and Roman's going to happen at like night 2. But at like night 1, they could do a tag match where it could be a throwback, which I think that what they might do now is a little throwback to WrestleMania 1, where it was a tag match main event. They'll do Rock and Roman versus Cody and Rollins. Who knows? Maybe eventually we might even get a triple threat with the world title, with 2 world titles with Rollins involved. Not Rock. First of all, they should not be doing Rock versus Cody versus Roman. I don't think they should do that at all. They should not. Am I saying that they shouldn't do that in the future if Rock's going to be involved more with WWE? Maybe. But in my honest opinion, don't do that match. I don't think that's the match to do right now. That's not the match. And I don't want to see... Again, that's the problem with if they were to do a triple threat. Like, Cody beating The Rock? Like, I'm sorry. In what world would Cody beat The Rock? And what world would Rollins and Cody beat Rock and Roman? Which is like the power trip, That's like a 2-man power trip right there. You want to talk Triple H and fucking Stone Cold being a power trip? That's like a mega power trip right there. That's like the mega powers right now. It's somewhat like a modern day mega powers. Where Roman's the biggest star and Rock's the biggest star of the past, but he's still a big star. They're like fucking, they being the best of the best. They being the best people in the world. They should like be like unbeatable with that status, you know? I'm also thinking like Bloodline Civil Wars in the future. You know, more Bloodline Civil Wars with Rock involved now. You know, it's some potential shit they could do. Jay gave, oh yeah, how can I forget? You know, you talking about family. What happened to Jay? Fucking said Cody to Roman event or before the whole brawl shit, you know. But again, like there's a bunch of possibilities they could do now. Also, maybe Cody versus Rollins, and then Cody versus Reigns. Like they do some multi-title unification type of shit, kind of similar to like what they did back in Vengeance 2001. Rock versus Cody versus Roman. That I don't know. Like I don't fucking know. But like, and even there's an idea they can still do Roman versus Rock, and then Roman versus Cody. But the possibilities are there to make you care. Overall, the main thing what they did is they made you intrigued that, you know what, even though they're not going to probably do Roman versus Cody this year, even though it was planned, there's plans to maybe not do it next year, as long as hopefully The Rock doesn't get busy, which is the main fear now. That's probably the biggest fear right now, is like, you better hope The Rock doesn't get busy with Hollywood. You know what I mean? But, aside from that, there's some possibilities of what they could do now with The Rock being involved with the Bloodline are good. They're intriguing now. Now you kind of added some little depth to the Bloodline story. So there you go. And again, the Bloodline story is the bigger storyline than Cody finishing his fucking story. Okay? Which is why like it would have been perfect to even do. I mean, it would have been perfect to do it last year also. But, you know, what can they do? But in the end of the day, their possibilities are there now. There are big things to do with Rock and Roman involved together. And now aligning themselves, my God, talk about a power trip right there. And like Rock being heel, it's interesting, man. It's cool. It's actually cool. Fucking Rock proved like he could not just be a cool babyface, but also be a fucking great heel. You know what I mean? It's fucking great. And plus, Rock has always been a fucking good heel. He's also a good babyface. Rock is probably the best person, one of the best people to not just be a great babyface and great heel. He could work both. But my God, him being heel is fucking great. When you talk about fucking him being heel, it goes back to fucking Hollywood Rock. It goes back to fucking him being the corporate champion. Corporate champion is like one of my favorite things about The Rock. Him being fucking part of the corporation. It was fucking fantastic. Now being heel again, which again, it's not official, but it seems like that's the path what they're somewhat going with. He maybe is a tweener, who knows, but in the end of the day, it's intriguing. I'm intrigued. They managed to make you more intrigued and like on the edge of your seat than like anything, you know? It's fucking intriguing as fuck. I love it. I love it. So in the end of the day, folks, what they did on this press conference was fucking amazing. It's fantastic. They kind of like make people a little bit feel better, especially the Cody crybabies. With okay, you guys got your fucking bone. I hope y'all happy with it, but don't ruin next year's WrestleMania. Maybe that's the same thing is they're gonna probably ruin next year's WrestleMania too. That's the sad thing because The Rock is back. They're probably gonna, unless they have to now work the fans to like now buy into liking The Rock again. Now they have to do that. They have to establish some sympathy for The Rock again, which is what they gotta do with like Roman the Bloodline turning on him. You know, like they gotta do something now. But in the end of the day, we'll see what happens. You know, I liked it, man. The press conference was fucking epic. Rock owning the fucking Cody crybabies, but seeing Rock and Roman kind of joining together was actually pretty fucking cool. And him fucking being heelish, you know, him slapping Cody, him fucking and Triple H interact. That's fucking cinema. You want to talk about cinema? That's cinema. That's fucking good wrestling. That's actual good fucking wrestling. That's a fucking good story progression. And it makes you care, and it makes you want to fucking watch even more. It makes you want more, and that's what I'm talking about. It's, again, like I said, why isn't this shit on TV? But at the end of the day, fucking great segments. I can't wait to see what's more to happen now. I'm intrigued. Hopefully they do more good things like this. And thank you, Brian Gertz, for freaking being back in WWE for a little bit. Hopefully, again, this is a clear reminder, we need writers to write a wrestling show. I'm not saying you don't get TV. First of all, it's not a problem getting TV writers. You need TV writers, but have TV writers who know the wrestling show and are fans. Look at, for example, Ed Ferrara, a guy who wrote for television, but he was a fan of wrestling, and he's one of the reasons why the Attitude was successful, along with Vince Russo. Brian Gewirtz, again, TV writer, wrestling fan. He wrote for the show. He's one of the reasons after Russo and Ferrara left, kept the continuation by following Russo's style, but having similar qualities of Russo. And as Russo spoke highly of him before, Brian Gewirtz, you can't get Russo anymore. Russo doesn't even want to do anything with the business, which I don't blame him. But you know what? We need Brian Gewirtz, man. Brian Gewirtz for creative. Okay? We need him on creative. And I guaranteed you, the shows will get better. If this is the shit that Brian Gewirtz can write, what does that tell you if Brian Gewirtz was to write for the entire wrestling show? I guarantee you the show will be so much better. I can't believe that you smarts are praising the show, act like it's fucking great. You see, this is great. You know, this is probably the best thing going on in modern wrestling. But again, it's because of a good TV writer. Triple H is not a good writer, folks. Again, I love Triple H. Big fan of Triple H. But he's not a great TV writer. He writes for smarks. He only is a fan that caters to fucking smarky wrestling fans. And not just that, the only storylines he knows to write are betrayal storylines. That's it. That's the only storyline. Think about it. The storylines that we know that happen in the main roster that are fucking going on are betrayal storylines. Fucking Io and Bayley. Rock and fucking blood, like fucking the Bloodline and Jey Uso, okay? That was some betrayal storyline or tension story. It's just basically faction or tag teams having problems with each other. The Judgment Day storyline where there's dissension with each other. That's the only storyline that Triple H knows how to write, and they're too repetitive. Like, come on here. What's the other storylines that are going on? Not really anything. But now, with Brian Gewirtz back, that Bloodline story that is now is kind of like fucking giving a little fresh page there. It's helping it a little bit. Cody being involved, I actually don't mind it as much as I did anymore. Because now you have some intriguement. And what does that tell you about some good writing? You had Cody talked about, he mentioned how, I've been here every week, I won the Royal Rumble. I'm not letting my Royal Rumble clause getting taken by two guys who have been here all the time. He kind of spoke the truth, even though I'm not saying that he's like obviously Rock and Roman are better than them, but he's voiced his truth. You know what I mean? So that's good writing. Maybe I might like a little bit of this Cody shit if there's good writing, I don't know. Anyways, in the end of the day, what they did in the press conference, kickoff, fantastic. With Rock, Roman, Cody, even Steph involved. There's some possibilities now what they can do. Some people said they might even do the tag match on Elimination Chamber, which, you know what? Maybe that would be cool too. I still hope that Rollins are to face Cody or Roman, because I do think they should unify the titles again. I don't care to see McIntyre beat Rollins or whatever, or some shit like that. I want the titles to unify, honestly, because there's no point for having two champions. They already kind of buried the title anyway, so who fucking cares? But not just that, like, what did they even do Elimination Chamber? When Rock and Rhea Ripley was talking about Elimination Chamber in Perth, Elimination Chamber looks like a fucking throwaway pay-per-view, even though there's supposed to be 60,000 people. Why should I care about fucking that pay-per-view when so far our women matches are announced? Who the fuck cares about Elimination Chamber in Perth? Again, I'm tired of WWE doing chamber pay-per-views for no reason. They're doing chamber matches without the title being involved. Like, why is Rhea Ripley defending her title in the chamber if you like to pretend about, this whole bullshit about fucking equality for bullshit men and women? Why is she defending her title in the chamber? Just saying. What happened to the old days when you did chamber pay-per-views? You fucking had the title matches in the chamber, and not just that. Like, first of all, bring back No Way Out. Forget the chamber pay-per-views. That's why I would wish the Elimination Chamber could be a match when it needs to be. I would like it. Imagine one day, imagine a WrestleMania pay-per-view. Imagine if WrestleMania was to have a chamber match when it doesn't need to require a chamber pay-per-view-esque type of shit. Like, I want stuff like that. I want Elimination Chamber to call when it needs to be, when there's multiple men involved. You know what I mean? Like, That's what I would want. I don't know. At the end of the day, that's what I have to say. This whole chamber shit doesn't look good, but in the end of the day, man, we're talking about the media fucking scrum, whatever. No, it's not media scrum, but this whole press conference shit. This press conference stuff was pretty cool, man. I liked it a lot. Alright, that's not gonna say. Just keep real. Get your games closed. Magnificent Spider, Mr. Bitches go, oh shit. Saturday, the Smarts, WWE came into the Smarks, but you know what? In the end of the day, I still enjoy what they did. There's some intrigue shit going on. It makes you fucking wonder. It gives you more questions to think, but it keeps you something to watch. So, I like what they did. Good shit, WWE. Can you do that more on TV? But you were good, fucking God bless Brian Gorge. That's what I have to fucking say. Until next time, peace, yeah, bye. Heel fucking Rock is back, ladies and gentlemen. It's fucking cool. Fucking cool shit, though, man. Good fucking shit, man. Way to fucking Rock, Roman, and Cody, and even Rollins. That was a good ending to the media scrum.